Okay, so we're creating an ActionScript 3.0. So the very first thing that I did when I went into here, jump over to my stage. I made it black, and I changed the size of my stage here to 800 to 200. So that's my first layer. So I'm going to call that my background. And then I'm going to sit here and just use some very simple colours, simple lines, just to give it some sort of, I don't know, visual aesthetic appeal. Okay, what you do on your background, of course, is up to you. Put in some shapes if you want. Polystar, I'll get a star. Alright, you get the picture. Okay? So, I'm going to scroll across to 240. I'll just do 250. I'm going to insert a keyframe. So there's my background. I'm going to scroll all the way back to 0 again. I'm going to lock my background layer. Alright. I am then going to put in a new layer. This one is called button. Rather than putting a button in though, I'm just going to put in a text. Green looks like a good colour. There we go. That took way too long. Type the word play. Alright, so that button's there. I need to create a symbol. It's button, B_play. Yep, clicking it there. I'm actually going to remove all of the frames from that layer. I only want this to be in my very first layer. And then I'm going to do some coding. First thing I'm going to do, open up Window. Actions. I'm going to type the word stop, open bracket, close bracket, colon. And then I'll close it. And this will mean that when I export my movie, well, it does nothing because it's just stopped on that first frame. What I want to do is give some functionality to this one. Alright, so I'm going to click on play. I'm going to go to my code snippet. And it's under timeline navigation. Click to go to frame and play. What you do, you've got to click where it's got the instance name, lasso your play button. I'm actually going to change this to, no, I'll keep it at 5, and I'll press insert. So basically what's going to happen when I enter now, you won't notice much. My hand, it changes to a hand. I click on play, that'll disappear for 10 seconds, and then it'll come back. This is my timeline moving forward. Just waiting. So there we go. I'm going to put in a new layer. I'm going to call this one Rocket. In this layer, I'm going to put the keyframe at frame 5, and that's when I want my rocket to actually appear. And then I'm actually going to design a movie clip. So we're going to insert new symbol. I want to call it MC_rocket. Movie clip. And then bring it here. Alright, so you can see now that this movie clip has its own timeline. So I'm just going to do something really simple here. I'm going to import to library. Oh, I could do this one, couldn't I? No, I won't. Sorry. Look, this is for your benefit, Jackie. I've got broccoli and... Yeah, I thought you'd like that. Did anyone see the rocket? Like a little spaceship. Yep.
I'm locked out of my account. I physically cannot log into my account.
Okay, I'm just going to zoom in. Control plus. I want to make sure that the crosshairs of that little center line up with that line. Alright? So that way I'm perfectly centered. I'm actually going to put a new layer in here. And all I'm going to do is draw with the little paintbrush. And I'm going to make the color yellow. Just doing some little lines. Alright? Shh. I'm going to convert that to a symbol. It's just a graphic. And I'm going to click OK. All I'm going to do is change the alpha here. So we're basically going to we're going to be blinking. Alright? So I click on the first frame. Make sure I'm clicked on there. Color effect is alpha. 0%. And then I right mouse click in here and do a classic tween. So for the 5, that's going to blink in. And for this one, again, I just want the color effect. Yep, so change to 0. And the classic tween. Alright, so when I go back to scene 1, frame 5, I'm going to put in my rocket. So go to my library. Here he is. And I'll show you what I mean. Because it's a movie clip. Why can't we see that? Because we're not going to frame 5. That's fine. Alright. I'm going to very quickly do a motion tween. And all I'm going to do is just move my thing around. Might make it a bit bigger in that frame. Make it a bit smaller. And then at the very end, it can go. So when I play my clip, okay, so by shrinking it, making it bigger looks like it's coming forward. Shrinking it makes it look like it's going further away. So I'm going to go back to where I first put in my rocket. Spaceship. The code snippet I'm looking at is an action, and it's called click to go to web page. So what I want to do is when the user clicks on that web page, when it clicks on the rocket, spaceship, it's going to go to a page. I'm just going to leave it blank here. Alright, I'll show you in the code what it looks like. All I'd have to do is change my website there. Alright, so again, press play, click on the website, it's going to Adobe, well, it's going to Adobe because that's the one it was set at. Alright, any website you want. The last thing that I wanted to do was do what's called a custom cursor. So again, I'm going to put in a new layer. I'm going to call this one custom. That's it. I want a keyframe in frame 5 again. And I want a keyframe on my custom cursor right at the end as well. So, frame 5. I've only got 4 minutes left of the video. Frame 5, I go File, Import to Library, Custom Cursor, which I made. Just put it here. I need to make it a symbol. It needs to be a movie clip. MC Cursor. Click OK. I'm going to go into my snippets. Custom mouse cursor. I want to lasso this here. Movie clip 3. While you're here, just copy that. Control C. Then I'm going to click OK. Because what you need to do, when you go into the code, to actually restore my default mouse pointer, I've got to copy this in the last frame. So I press Control X there. I shouldn't have done that. Doesn't matter. Movie clip underscore 3. I want to go across to this action here. Paste that in. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And anywhere instance name is said, movie clip underscore 3. Yeah, but then I cut something else, which, yeah, underscore 3. So now, when I press this, I have a normal cursor. I press play. I now have a custom cursor, which works exactly like any other mouse. When it goes back to normal, my custom cursor disappears. So that is the bare minimum of what I want you to do.